Hi, I'm Candace Minster, and I'm the Garden and Fiber Arts Coordinator for White Violet Center for Eco Justice. Today I'm going to talk to you about some fun, eco-friendly ways that you can start your own seeds at home. So I have an assortment of things that we've pulled out of our recycling, and all you need is something that can contain your potting mix and your little baby plants as they get going. So you don't need a fancy greenhouse to start your own plants from seed. You just need a few simple materials. And it's a lot of fun to start your own plants at home because you can pick out a wide variety of things that you wouldn't be able to always find at a nursery center. So today we're going to be planting some Calendula, which are one of our favorite flowers to grow here on the farm. It's edible, the bees love it, and it's pretty in bouquets or in your salad. So to get started, here are a few of my recycled goods. This is a milk jug that we cut in half. Pretty much any kind of plastic container will work really well. You just have to be sure to cut some drainage holes in the bottom. So we also have a clamshell from some of our greens that we sell in the farm store. And all you need is a box knife or just a sharp pointed knife to be able to cut cut some little holes in the bottom of the plastic so that when you water it, it allows the excess water to pass through. Next, you need your potting mix. So our potting mix is ready to go in our bucket here, and it's a really good idea to wet your potting mix down before you put it in your containers instead of using it dry. And that will give your plants a really good, healthy start. So I just added a little water to the mix so that it feels nice and moist in my hand. And when you squeeze it, it kind of clumps together. So that's when you know it's good. So we can fill it up until it's just almost to the top of the container. And then you do want to press down just a little bit to make sure that it's settled in there nice and neatly. So in a container like this, you can just use your finger and make a few holes, and you could start about 5 or 6 little plants in a container this size. And then as they get bigger, then you'd want to scoop them out and put them into a little bit of a bigger pot. Or another fun one that you can do is use an egg carton. So this is the bottom of the egg carton. And we have also filled this one with potting mix. And these are tiny little cups. So you can see that whatever little seeds you start in here wouldn't have too long before they'd need to graduate and go up into a bigger pot. But these are also pretty fun. Or you can take a paper towel tube or a toilet paper tube. These are really great for things that don't actually like to be transplanted too well. So stuff like corn or sunflowers, even zinnias. These are plants that have a longer root and they don't want to be disturbed. So the nice things about starting your seeds in these is that when it's time to plant it to the garden, you take the whole tube and plunk it into the ground and you can bury it. So I like to use the top of the egg carton as a little tray that will hold the toilet paper and paper towel tubes in place. You will want to be sure that you put this on some type of plastic tray or maybe have a plastic bag underneath of it, because when you water, the bottom tray will also get wet. So filling these is a little bit fussy. So the best thing to do is to use a spoon, hold the tubes in place, and push the mix right down into the tube, and you want to take it pretty much all the way to the top. So this is a fun thing to do with kids, and their tiny little hands can get that mix down in there nice and easily. And you can fill up the whole tray this way. So next, it's time to plant the seeds. So it's a good idea to read the information that's on your seed packet. So some companies give you lots of good info, some don't give you a whole lot. But some flowers and other herbs like to have sunlight to germinate, so they don't want to be covered up. In that case, you would just put the seeds right on the surface and then water them very, very carefully. But our calendula are going to want to be buried. It's always a good idea to use clean hands. So after they've gotten all messy from handling your mix, it's good to dry them off or dust them off. because whatever seeds you don't use, if you put them back in the packet and there's soil in there, that's an indicator that'll tell all the other seeds to wake up and sprout and get ready to grow. And we don't want them growing in the pack, we want them in our soil. So you're going to drop your seed in each one of the little holes that you've made in your various ways of starting your seeds. And the next most important thing is being sure to cover them up. So if you do have the kind of seeds that need soil on top, you push the soil right back over the seed and press down on it. It's really important that you do press down on those seeds because the soil contact right around the seeds are going to help hug the seed in place and give it what it needs to start growing. Next, keep your plants well watered. Keep as much light on them as you possibly can. South-facing windows are ideal this time of year because the sun is low in the south. Or you can set up a little greenhouse outside, or you can even just set your whole planter outside. Let your little plants grow and have a happy gardening season.